For those of you who've ended up watching this video, sorry, but also thank you for checking it out, as this is the first 100 days of my experiment challenge. Now, with this channel, it's going to be 100 to 200 days of self-inserting into other people's hobbies and professions and seeing how far that takes me and how I develop my skills within it. With the first 100 days of this season, it's going to be focused on bulking in the gym culture. Now, I'm going to be trying to pack on as much size as I can in the 100 days that I have for this, which means I'm not too worried about my fat intake. No, this doesn't mean I'm going to be eating takeaway every night, sadly, but it does mean I'm a bit more lenient with what I will be consuming in terms of, let's say, 15% mints instead of 5%, stuff like that. Just slight changes and nothing really big with where I'm changing a whole diet to be unhealthy. Let's get straight to the video. With my raw footage YouTube video, it's going to be whole sessions where I'm going to be explaining and talking through each movement, why I've chosen this movement, my kind of thoughts behind it. I am no gym influencer or PT, so by no means do not follow what I'm doing to a T. If you do at all, do it within your own means. Don't do what I'm doing. Try and find a better way to do it, or discuss it with a PT or someone else in the gym who you feel comfortable has more info on the topic. Because most of my stuff is just based on the feeling I get after the workout, if I feel like it's working more than an exercise I've done in the past. And other than that, if you're looking for short form content with just edits and music in the background, something a bit more chill to watch instead of listening to me ramble on, I do have a TikTok and Instagram that I'll have left in the description for you to check out, same as on my actual main homepage for this account. Now, for those of you who've come over from TikTok and Instagram, again, welcome. This is the long form content. This is the first episode, so it's a pilot episode, which is why I'm giving this long rumble of a rundown. And after that, tomorrow we will be doing a intervention, checking out my weight and checking out my, I guess, what I'm gonna eat in the morning and lunch before I head to the gym. I will also probably be posting some short videos on here, which will mostly just be to do with most cycling if I do, because I have a bike. If not, gaming, because I actually love playing games as well, which is also something I'd love to post, but again, just trying to build traction on my main focus, which is this 100 to 200 day experiment. So starting off this chest and back session, I have dumbbell incline for chest press. Now, I love doing this movement at the start of my sessions, as I'm able to get a deeper stretch, really bring it down, pause, come back up to the top, pause. I just feel like it perfectly sets up my chest ready for heavier presses as I change over to machines and stuff. So also the jump is a lot easier within dumbbells, as in my gym they go up in 2.5s. So I usually jump up 5 kg each time instead. But it just avoids me having unnecessary exhaustion near the start of my workout by constantly taking off plates and adding them back on. Whereas dumbbells, I can just go there, pick them up, get what I need, start working out, put them back, get the other set, warm up again. Now, I do like to keep to a 3 rep max when I'm warming up. If not, I'll go for lighter weight. Like when I start off with the 15s, you'll notice I do a lot more reps with them than I do with my 17s when I jump to them, and my 22.5s, I believe. But I do cap out at 27.5 kg on the dumbbells. After I reach my top set of 27.5, I do that for 2 sets Before I move on to my first back exercise, I like to go back and forth between back and chest, as I feel like I get them both pumped up, so that when I check my physique at the end of the session, it's all moderately pumped, gives me that little bit of rest in my chest region whilst I work on my back, so that the actual muscle group itself doesn't seem more exhausted. Could be more of a mental thing on my part, like just a self-belief that, you know, is kind of ingrained to me. Like when you've got that one song that you absolutely love and you have to do whenever you're PRing, and without it you feel like you're doing worse, and you actually do end up doing worse. So for me, it's more of a mental thing. It's probably not something I would regard as like something you must do. Next, the backs, starting off with a normal seated cable row. This is close grip, the V-bar, and again, we're warming up in stages of 2.5, I believe. Alright, now we're heading over to my favourite chest exercise, the primal press. Now, this is great when you lower the seat and get incline again. I'm a bit of a fan for incline. I don't really train mid-chest anymore, like flat bench, because I just don't see a reason to, when I can do incline, get the same advantages, but it works my upper chest a bit more. Nor there's a lot of controversy between upper, medial and lower, but I just don't care. But with this, we do a closer grip with the first handles on it, and I work up in stages of starting off with 20, then I had a 15, and then I go up to 2 plates of 20 on each side, and then after that, again, just warming up, I end up chucking on another 15 plate with the 220s. This did feel a bit more challenging than useful. I may have gassed out a bit early on incline dumbbell press, as I'm usually getting this in my sessions. Noticed that it really would have just like pushed me to have some kind of accidental injury. I decided to drop that shit, replace it with a 10, and get my shit straight and start going again. As you'll see, no small increase in the reps I do, but also I do like to finish off with the top set
of handles, as it's just a habit of mine, switching the grip for one extra rep just to see if I can get it out. With this next exercises, we're going back to back with a nice naughty little lat pull down. Now I use this weird handle because someone nicked one of the other ones that I use, but again, with this grip, I like to keep it as far on the outside of the bar as usual. So if you've got one of those normal like straight bar looking ones, I would grip the bit where it starts to curve on the ends, as I like now this is my first time using this weird gripped one where it's vertical instead of horizontal, but it did feel pretty good, so I might go back to it just for one more session before going back to the bar if it magically reappears. Now with this, I do kind of keep it lighter than my other exercises. That's just because I'm trying to pull it right down to my chest in order to get some kind of mid to lower activation. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just where I feel it working the best. And also, since doing wider grip with this, I try to target my medial and lower lat more. But other than that, this is one of my more favourite lat pull down variations. And we will top it off at, I believe, 50 pounds, 50 kg, no, 50 kg, my dumb ass said pounds, I'm British. We're going to be doing 50 kg on the pull down, and yeah, just hitting that 6 to 8 rep range. I mean, I'm usually just trying to go until failure, but I like to keep the failure at 6 to 8. Now moving on back to chest, we have a chest fly on the pec deck. Now with this, it's all about the squeeze and the stretch at the bottom and top of the movement. So I really like to focus on that squeeze by pulling my arms a bit more in, but as I come up, I spread them fully forward, creating that nice deep tension in the chest when they come fully forward. With this, I always tend to fuck up and either go too heavy or too light. So you see me doing those weird faces. Yep, it's pretty heavy, and also I just hate this movement. But, you know, to get that thicker chest, you'll do what you can.
Good boy. Right. No, mate. Huh? The break machine.
After that, I move on to my favourite variation, which is with these double hold ropes. Now, this is great because I can either crouch down or get a bench over, and I can grip the longer part of the rope instead and almost do like an overhead pull down. But today we're doing a standing pull down with the closer grip, and we like to keep it low weight on this as I'm able to just bring it right down, and also it's not something which I can overload heavily on in terms of numbers, kind of like the lateral raise of the back family, I'd say, as it is quite hard to rack up the weight with that one. Final exercise we have today is the row I was talking about earlier with the higher up grip. It is a horizontal grip instead of the vertical grip I had with the V-bar. Now this just helps you build up that muscle package up the top, as I don't really focus on it with the rest of my exercises. In my head, I feel like this is just going to give me that thickness to my back. And yeah, we just keep upping the weight until it feels a bit heavy, as I'm not the most proficient with this one, as I've only just started implementing it into the training for this 100 days. And that is the end of it. So in conclusion, it was a pretty nasty pump. I'm not too comfortable at the moment with posting my pumps, but maybe after another 20 days I'll start posting pumps. I'm just not too keen, and I'm not where I really want to be before showing off my physique just yet. Yeah, it's just kind of standard shit. Don't know what else to say really. This is Roddy signing off.